Hey everyone, I thought I'd do a review of Maybelline's new foundation, the Fit Me, and I'm going to be doing a review of the foundation and the accompanying powder. So, I don't really use foundation, so this was really like a first for me, but I like it overall. I'm wearing it today, and I think it's like really smooth. I've gotten compliments on it before, so I've been using it for two or 3 weeks. So I've been able to test it out quite a bit. I have it in shade 220. There are 18 shades and they have SPF 18, and the advertisements claim that they have a smooth finish and it's not greasy or anything like that. And it matches your natural tone and blends seamlessly. Mine is a natural beige. It doesn't have a pump, unfortunately. It's just a twist-off cap, and then it has a really wide mouth. So a lot of people complain it's like really messy. Mine hasn't gotten too messy, thankfully, but it's kind of unavoidable. I use my fingers and I just dots them on and then I blend it in. I only use it on this half of my face because my forehead is a little bit tan, I think from summer. So when I tried to apply some, it just looked a little bit too light, but that's fine. It matches, so it's okay. As for how long it lasts, I would say like 4 hours, depending on your skin type, because I wore it out and I didn't really have to touch it up that much. Only around my nose area, but like I said, that's where I'm prone to having oily skin. I didn't see it like needing any touch-ups throughout the day other than every 2 hours or so, but that was only in one area, like I said, my nose. So it's pretty long lasting. I don't know compared to other products, but it did its job. I think that's all I can pretty much say about the foundation. I like it. If you have really dry skin, I wouldn't recommend it though, because I tend to have a little bit of dry areas. I moisturize before I put it on, and I use a primer, which I would also recommend you use beforehand. But on my dry areas, it doesn't really like stick well. You know, it doesn't flake normally, but on the dry areas, it doesn't apply so smooth. So I wouldn't use it if you have really, really dry skin. If you have oily skin, I don't think it would heighten your oiliness, because my skin is oily and it doesn't do that. So I would recommend this. So the next thing is the powder, and this is what the front looks like. It's also in shade 220, like I mentioned, and this is the inside. It's round. When you open the bottom, it has a little mirror, and it has a powder puff thing, but I don't really use it. Only when I'm out and I don't want to take my brush with me. It's a little bit more convenient, but it got a little bit too much product on, so I kind of wish the mirror was up here, because if you have to swipe and then open it and then swipe and then open it, it doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know if that's how it always works with these kind of things. So I really like the powder because it's not that thick. Like, it doesn't apply too heavy. It's really light. Oftentimes I use this, and then I also use my other powder by e.l.f. in caramel, I think. When I want to have a lot of coverage, I use that because it doesn't cake up and it doesn't apply too heavy, which I like. So I think that's good. I would recommend both of these. So you can find them in Walmart, Target, Rite Aid, Duane Reade, CVS, any of those. I don't think you'd have a problem finding them. I got this in Rite Aid, and they often have a lot of buy one, get one 50% off deals, like on the brands. Luckily, that day I found it, they were having a Maybelline sale, so I would go out and get it if I were you. I recommend it, but that's my opinion. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Okay, so I was using the Fit Me foundation for 2 or 3 weeks, and it was perfectly fine, but just recently I noticed that it leaves my skin incredibly oily. I decided to add this on, because in the video that I made, I said that other people had complained about that and I hadn't experienced it myself, but lately I have, and it's very unfortunate. It doesn't really leave a matte finish. It's really dewy, so it just leaves me so shiny. The only way I can describe it is it looks as if I had been working out and I was just like really shiny from being flustered or whatever. But it's like if I touch my nose, it looks shiny. I decided to record this while it looks shiny, so maybe I can like show it. I don't know if you can tell. You probably can't, but it's not really anywhere on my cheek that's fine. It's just around my nose and my brow area, my T-zone. It's just very shiny and greasy looking. It's not cute. I put it on this morning at like 6, and I've been wearing it all day, and I've had to touch it up like 4 or 5 times. I used the powder compact and I just blotted it on. Before I had said that I didn't like using the powder puff because it put on too much product, but that's the only way it was going to conceal it if I used the puff. So I did, and it mattified it a bit, but it still got oily after like half an hour. So I still recommend it, but if you're looking for something with a matte finish, it's obviously not this one. And if you have really, really oily skin, I wouldn't recommend it because it might just showcase your oily skin, not like tone it down or just disguise it or anything like that. And if you have dry skin, I still wouldn't recommend it because it'll just look like flaked and like caked on your skin. When it comes down to it, I really like the foundation because it's true what it says. It'll leave your skin looking soft. It is soft to the touch, and I really like the way it applies, but the only con is that it just it makes my skin secrete oil, or it just gets oily or shiny after a while. So that's really the only problem I have with it. Other than that, I like it. So I would recommend this if it wasn't for that. So that's my review, and I hope this was informative and helpful.